Warning: do not listen to this hypnosis recording while driving a motor vehicle or operating machinery of any kind. This audio recording contains a professional hypnotherapy session and is designed to induce an eyes-closed state of hypnosis. Welcome to your hypnosis recording from richmindhypnosis.com. I am Jesse Berg, your hypnotherapist, founder of richmindhypnosis.com, and author of the book Rich Mind, Poor Mind. I thank you ahead of time for choosing richmindhypnosis.com for your personal products, and feel very confident that your experience will prove rewarding. Whether or not you have experienced hypnosis before, or whether it has been with a one-on-one session or a recorded session, I guarantee that not only each hypnotist, but each individual experience offers something unique than ever before. Please listen to the following carefully before starting the actual session. I highly recommend, as an ideal requirement to your session, to listen to the Rich Mind Hypnosis pre-talk in preparation for your hypnosis sessions. This was sent to you and included in your downloads when you ordered. If you do not have access to this, you can contact administrator at richmindhypnosis.com. That was the email address, administrator at richmindhypnosis.com, and request this pre-talk MP3. The pre-talk is very valuable in understanding the basics of hypnotherapy and adding to your success. Okay, next I'd like to go over something very common to a person experiencing hypnosis, which is to have expectations of what you are about to experience. Expectations are not negative, they are natural. However, making sure your expectations are positive and do not work against you is important. For example, many people who have not had very much exposure to hypnotherapy are still under the belief that to be in hypnosis is to not remember what happens in the session. This is not true. A deeply relaxed and hypnotized person indeed remembers the session. Another is that a person will often think that they will experience some supernatural level of relaxation. When they do not always meet their expectations, they can incorrectly believe they were not as hypnotized as they should have been, when actually hypnosis is very relaxing. And often people report incredible levels of relaxation and even blissfulness. It is still not expected that everyone will reach a level of relaxation that is much different than normal. However, hypnosis does work like exercise does in one way, which is conditioning. With more repetition, a person does seem to reach deeper and deeper levels. So whatever relaxation you feel is the correct level for you at the given moment. You are hypnotized while feeling fairly regular. Another is the simple expectation of the results a person expects and wonders about. This is a good time briefly to mention the difference between hope and expectation. They are both great and yet have subtle differences, especially regarding something like hypnosis. Hope is when we see something we want, be it physical, some kind of emotional fulfillment, or monetary. We hope to get it. We can relate to this. This is different than expectation. Like when you just expect the sun to rise every morning. It takes up a different place in your mind that you can feel. now. It becomes automatic, and in no way do you ever wonder as you awake and check outside to make sure the sun did rise. You feel this without even thinking about it, and know it will happen. And this is a place of totally secure beliefs in your mind. And as you expect to get the results from this hypnosis session in much the same way, you awake the next morning, going about your business, knowing what needed to take place did. To have positive expectations versus hope. You will take action on your part and live as your new changes open up to you. It is nice when something offers you a concrete result that you can rely on. Just like knowing the sun will rise tomorrow. And as you think about what you want from this session, you can be assured you will find it in the same place of your mind. Again, I recommend the pre-talk, which goes into some more depth and the great characteristics of hypnotherapy. With all of this said, you can expect something that absolutely qualifies as powerful and unique. Hypnotherapy not only offers deep, permanent change and a more clear self-awareness, but does it quickly and more easily. You can expect to relax much more than you have in some time. You can expect to finish with a positive, more clear-centered vision and sense of where you are going, and you can expect to have a smile on your face for the rest of the day. As we close, these next suggestions are very important for your session. Do go somewhere where you will not be disturbed for the length of the session, where it is quiet and comfortable, where you will lay back and be able to close your eyes. If there is too much disturbance, you may get distracted and not be able to focus on the session. If this happens, and we all do have busy lives, just be willing to stop and start over again at a later time. Set up your listening device and be ready to push play as you lay back and begin relaxing. As you go into this, remember that staying awake is important. If you are challenged listening to such relaxing sessions and falling to sleep during the session, just try and listen earlier in the day, or sit more upright, yet still reclined. This is relaxing and helps most people stay awake. The session is designed to keep you awake, yet deeply relaxed, just enough to be aware of the recorded session. Besides this, there is nothing for you to do except listen and relax as you follow along. I thank you again, and I'm very excited for you to experience powerful changes using the great method of hypnotherapy. Thanks again, and your session will begin in a few moments. You can get in a quiet, comfortable place, and I will see you in a minute. As we begin the hypnosis now, you can just allow, if you have not yet, your eyes to close and continue wondering just what the next few moments will bring. And as much as you can be familiar with how this rich mind hypnosis induction begins, you can anticipate how it will end differently this time. There are subtle differences in each induction, and similarities as well. As long as you are indeed in a comfortable position, listening and ready, allowing your eyes to remain closed, you can notice as I suggest it, that there are sounds and silences around you now. there is furniture in some arrangement. And yet that can fade from your awareness more and more, from your mind, just being more concerned with the sound of my voice, along with the sounds around you turning more and more into silences. As you allow your mind to focus in on my voice, letting any other sounds begin to fade into the distance, like the sounds passing from outside of a car you are driving in. But now you are here, relaxing just as much as possible now, knowing that somehow, in some way, you will relax even deeper as we continue. You have thoughts that wonder what will happen, how this works, and you can be aware of those as you quiet your mind simply listening for my next word, which causes you to relax a little more than the last word. You can be aware that as relaxed as you get, you can still stay awake and just alert enough to listen to all the words and yet go so very relaxed. Now, I, as the hypnotist, do wonder just how deep you will go today. And as you continue to listen intently, I will ask you to take your attention to your eyelids. They are closed and relaxed now. Feel your eyelids, and you know that it is possible to relax your eyelids so much that they will just not open. The question now is just how powerfully can you relax your eyelids today? In a couple moments I will ask that you relax your eyelids so much that they will not open, even when you try. Let me explain to you how you will do this. You can imagine what it is like to pretend that you have relaxed your eyelids so much that they will not open. It is like the imagination you used as a child to pretend so well, and then act it out as if it were real. So in a moment when I ask you to use your imagination and pretend so well that you have relaxed your eyes so much that they will not open, you will be able to do that easily, just as a child would pretend, and run up to their parent and say, "Watch, my eyes won't open." And the child would pretend to try and lift their eyes by moving their eyebrows to show that they really can't open them. You too can now reach inside to the same powerful, childlike imagination and relax your eyelids so much that they will not open, even when you try. And test them by lifting your eyebrows. So now, set your intention to make this work. Relax your eyelids so much now, and try and test them to make sure they won't work. And stop testing and relax even more now. And let that same level of relaxation in your eyelids spread down through your entire body. And you know that we as human beings do better the more we practice. So in a moment we will do that again and make it even more powerful. I will give you something new again to make this even better. We know as adults that you still maintain the freedom to open your eyes, if you chose to. We also now know that the power of a directed imagination can work wonders. So even though we know that you could choose to open them, we know that when you use your imagination to relax your eyelids so much, you can also choose to not have them open. Just as the child was able to pretend so well. So, in a moment, I will ask you again. And set your intention very powerfully now that it will work even better this time. And the next time. So now relax your eyes so much that they will not open, even when you try. And go ahead now and try and test them. Try and test them. And stop testing. And let this new level of relaxation spread down your entire body. While you take in a deep breath. And exhale, relaxing more. And the more you relax, the deeper you relax with each breath. And you can realize that each time you do anything in hypnosis, you get better and deeper each time. As we continue, just notice the next few breaths you take. And your breath can be a wonderful guide into relaxation for you. The nice relaxation we have developed in your eyelids can spread through your entire being. And let yourself become aware now that each breath you inhale and exhale, without even thinking about it, takes you more relaxed than the last breath. While you wonder just how good you can feel today. In fact, go ahead now and take an even deeper breath in. And as you exhale, relax. Go ahead and imagine inside your mind a mirror. This mirror can look any way you want it to look, as long as you can see that mirror in your mind's imagination now. And in a moment you can look into that mirror, and we will start counting together, seeing numbers reflected back at you from the mirror. The thing about this is that with each number we count and see in the mirror, you can become more relaxed with each number. That eventually the numbers will fade. Fade away into nothing, nothing, and nothing until all the numbers are gone from the mirror. And you are that much more relaxed. Much more relaxed. Want this. Set your intention that it will cause you to go that much deeper. And know that it only takes a few numbers before they are all relaxed right out of your mind. Each number will become faded, slower, and quieter, until very soon they are gone. And now look into that mirror in your mind, and I will begin. Slowly, 1, more relaxed with each number. 2, slowing down already. 3, more relaxed. 4, slower. and more relaxed. See into the mirror. 5. Even more relaxed with each number, fading even more. 6. And very relaxed, almost totally faded. And 7. Eight. So relaxed, fading, and now even the mirror is fading and completely gone now. So put your attention on the first color that comes to your mind to represent this relaxation. So you can attach my voice to that color so that you can see the sounds of my voice guiding you much more relaxed. Now gently put your focus on your face, the area around your eyes, your cheeks, your lips, the tongue inside your mouth that can relax back from the roof of your mouth. And set your mind to relax all of your face, just a little more and more with each breath you take. And allow your awareness to go to both your arms as equally as you can. And allow them to begin relaxing even a little more until they start to feel separate from you. And as you take your awareness to your legs, let me tell you that going deeply into hypnosis at your own rate feels the best. And allow your legs to relax as much as they are ready to, until they relax more. With each breath you take, without even thinking about it, for no other reason than me suggesting it. And let the relaxation you have developed spread right down through your feet. And let me tell you, there is no need to feel the need to do anything else than let each word take you more deeply relaxed. And there is no need to go into a deep hypnosis faster than what is comfortable to you. And now take your attention, if you will, back to your eyelids. And this time, it will be even more powerful. And relax your eyes even more than before, so that they will not open even when you test and try them. And go ahead and try and test your eyelids to make sure they won't work now. Stop testing now and relax that much more deeply now. Become aware now of how much better you are beginning to feel, and do notice the relaxation is good for hypnosis. Just makes things feel that much better now as we focus in on today's issue.
today leads us now
into what has been an anticipated event for you.
to solve your issue of anxiety and panic forever. Today,
We will unravel the secret formula to understanding the inner workings that cause anxiety,
panic, and the often included sadness that is attached.
and you will see and understand these workings in a new way.
Every person deals on some level with these issues,
And yet some seem to deal with the anxiety issues more deeply. And further yet,
each person will have slightly different experiences with anxiety.
some just deal with a panic type of feeling on occasion. And for others, it is a constant nagging
In the background of most of daily life.
no matter where your individual experience is for now. The following will give you the understanding
And insight you need to be free of the cause
of these uncomfortable feelings. Often associated with the issue of anxiety and panic
are the issues of trying to please others,
trying to live up to something that doesn't feel natural, being unsure of oneself, and many more.
these common associations
Are often talked about and are very valid, and yet still only surface level understandings.
Now, we will uncover the deepest self,
Understanding of the cause of anxiety and let go of any self bondage to begin experiencing freedom
and peace of mind.
And as we do indeed begin now, you can stop just for a moment while
We reconsider your current state of mind.
and take a moment to relax even more after you realize you have already reached
A very relaxed, deep state of mind.
that only gets a little deeper as you continue to listen to each word I say and become aware of your breathing as you float gently
Into the depths
of hypnosis feeling so wonderful now.
One day I was talking to a friend
about his experience with anxiety and panic, and he told me an interesting story about himself.
This friend said that one day in his life,
Feelings of anxiety had become so profound that no matter what he went to do in a day, he would start to feel nervous and scared.
if he was leaving his home for the store,
He would start to get scared. And even when he was leaving his home to visit friends, he would feel a familiar uncomfortable feeling
start to nag at him,
until one day, no matter what he did, he would approach the door of his home to leave and no more than reach for his big wooden front door.
and instantly have feelings of anxiety and decide to stay home.
I asked him what he did to get over this, and he told me the secret to solving this issue for himself
And anyone dealing
with something similar. And now you will find out what he did. But before we finish this story, go ahead and focus on your next deep breath. Relax, allowing yourself to become aware of your gentle journey into this relaxation. As we get closer to the end of this fascinating story about my friend, you can use the following understanding in your everyday life. One day I was sitting in my meditation room, relaxing, and painting a portrait of the quiet countryside. I wanted this portrait to display a peaceful, serene communication to the viewer. When while painting I noticed a spider crawling on the wall next to me. This immediately took my attention, so I went over to try and get the spider out of my home, and it took off under a piece of furniture where I couldn't reach. I resumed what I was doing, and a little while later I again noticed the spider coming out and crawling around, and again this took my attention to trying to catch the spider, only for it to elude me again. After this happened a few more times, I realized this had taken my focus off of the quiet, serene, beautiful painting in front of me, and I had wasted time chasing a spider. After a while, I saw the spider yet again, crawling around, and this time I didn't want to waste any more energy chasing the spider, and just kept my focus and attention on the simple, peaceful, and quiet painting in front of me. And eventually I didn't even think about the spider anymore. I realized that day that the spider did not waste my time, but me thinking I had to give my effort and attention to the spider is what took my focus off of what was peaceful to what was uneasy. Just as you no longer need to let your attention and focus go to what is uneasy, just because you feel you need to catch the spider. You don't. And just as I learned, eventually I never saw the spider again. And from this moment forward, you will see and acknowledge uneasy thoughts, but let them go, and focus on right now, and eventually they too will disappear. Acknowledge nervousness, let go, and be peaceful. Acknowledge nervousness, let go, and be peaceful. Acknowledge nervousness, let go, and be peaceful. More relaxed each time. Acknowledge nervousness, let go, and be peaceful. Acknowledge nervousness, let go, and be peaceful. And go more deeply relaxed, just as you desire. As you do breathe in and out, and relax. You can know that sometime later I realized the reason I chased the spider was because I believed it would interrupt my peace of mind. I thought to catch the spider would solve my problem, but learned that I only interrupted my own peace of mind by resisting the existence of the spider in my room. Just as you do not need to resist any uneasy or interrupting thoughts, but accept them and do not enter into relationship with them, and let them be there separate from you, as the spider was from me. Eventually, interrupting thoughts stop bugging you.
Don't resist nervous thoughts,
but accept and release.
Don't resist nervous thoughts,
but accept and release. Don't resist nervous thoughts, but accept and release.
and don't resist nervous thoughts, but accept
and release, just as I did with that pesky spider. And allow yourself to become aware
of a subtle deepening of your relaxation
as you listen. To resist only enters you into relationship
with what you resist.
But acknowledge, even if you don't like something, and don't let your thoughts wrestle with each other. And you will find that not resisting, but allowing something to leave,
gives you the power.
Just as you think now about how you have dealt with anxiety,
panic, and sadness regarding
not knowing what to do. You can think about what your deeper mind is learning and seeing for the first time.
The answer was always within you.
Anxiety can only come from your very own thoughts. In particular, the thoughts promoting fear and uncertainty, created by beliefs that you have to live up to ideas about yourself, live up to what others think you should be. Beliefs that were created
saying you shouldn't grow into who you really are.
And now you will grow into who you really are.
All creating beliefs and then thoughts that create the feelings
of anxiety. And all along, all you had to do was become aware that indeed you are actually separate from those thoughts. But before now, instead of seeing this, you entered into relationship with fearful ideas and were under the false impression that you were one with them,
but no longer.
And now, you can imagine walking through a dark forest.
But the thing that keeps you most calm now,
in this dark forest, is that ahead you can see a light. So you keep walking. A combination of seeing the light ahead, but being uncertain about what is around you in this dark forest, has created a less than joyful existence.
But you move forward.
This time, for the first time, you have a guide bringing you closer than ever to that light ahead, showing you how to be separate from negative, scary, and a nervous environment around you. And you continue to let me guide you as you are now seeing that light ahead become closer. And you think about leaving this dark forest. You can hardly tell what is around you. And just when you think you can make something out ahead, it seems to fade further into the darkness. So you do move forward, closer and closer to the light,
until finally you actually start to feel a warmth
that reminds you of the safety and security you have imagined.
And finally, just a few steps ahead now, you see the light stronger than ever
and feel the warmth growing. And with anticipation, now step completely out into the warm light
and see around you
now a beautiful scene of green grass, the bright sun, the cold that was left behind,
the familiar but long missed safety and security
of this new, quiet, and peaceful place. The sky is blue.
The trees are strong and silent.
The breeze feels good on your skin. And now you know. The only reason you walked through
that dark forest was to get here.
And from now on, you can know that you have many moments like this where you
become aware of when you are back in that dark forest.
Just to know the only reason to be there is to go beyond it, to this new place of peace.
And you can do this
every day, over and over again. Until one day you spend all of your time here, in this new, warm,
clear,
joyful place. And then take a moment to look back.
And see that dark forest in the distance
as an area of learning. The place that got you and kept you here, and you can enjoy now. And just relax, breathing deeper, and now awaiting to hear the rest of the story I started earlier about my friend who eventually solved his own challenges with anxious thoughts. As you remember, whether it was work, going to the store, trying to leave home to see friends, the moment he reached for the big wooden front door of his home, the unsure thoughts would come to him
until he eventually never left his home.
So as my friend continued his story, revealing the secret,
he said that one day,
as he made another attempt to leave his only thought of place of comfort, he reached for the big wooden front door. and noticed his reflection coming back at him from the mirrored glass on the front door. He paused. As it struck him, a light went on. Every time he tried to leave his home, his own reflection of unchecked fear and nervous beliefs looked right back at him. And unknown to him consciously, he would take in that feedback as truth and believe his own fear looking right at him. This experience instantly showed him it was okay to doubt the negative, insecure thoughts for the first time, and gave him just enough confidence to see what would happen if he would leave for the store. He did, and sure enough, nothing bad happened. So the next day, he left his home once again, ignoring the reflection of his fears, to see his family and friends. And sure enough, he found again that the thoughts that told him something terrible would happen did not come true. And eventually my friend never did surrender to his own created, fearful thoughts and beliefs, because he proved to himself what the cause was. Himself. And that he could prove that not surrendering to them would be successful. This friend no longer believed that anxious thoughts would take him over. So they no longer did. And as you relax more, just wait and relax. From now on, you will see the thoughts that cause you to feel anxious and let go and walk through that door. From now on, you can acknowledge a fearful or anxious thought or stream of thoughts and leave them be without chasing them, as I did with that pesky spider. From now on, you don't need to resist anxiety, but see it and let it be until it gets tired and leaves you alone. It will. And relax. Relax. And relax more deeply now. The next couple minutes there will be silence before we continue. And during this silence, let each thought, emotion, and feeling come and go, taking you more deeply relaxed, noticing how good this feels, while you anticipate the next words and hear me speak again and begin. Okay, now, gently. In a moment, I will begin counting up to 5.
And when I do, you can let each number take you a little more alert
until the final number, when then you will open your eyes feeling great.
Slowly now, 1. Still relaxed.
Just a little more alert now, knowing that we have become aware of a separation between you and anxious thoughts.
That was always there.
And 2. Feeling good and still very relaxed.
Knowing that you don't need to chase your thoughts.
All of your wisdom is ahead, in the peaceful, quiet place just outside of the dark forest.
3. Gently now, a little more alert,
and remembering my friend who finally saw the secret looking right back at him.
His true teacher, his own reflection.
And 4, a little closer, still very relaxed,
and from now on you can accept, see, acknowledge and release nervous thoughts,
because now you know they will always elude you.
Just stay in your peaceful place, and soon you will see that fearful thoughts will leave.
And on the next count, you will be able to open your eyes at that time,
feeling even better in every way. And 5, open your eyes.
Gently open your eyes, still relaxed yet fully alert,
noticing just how wonderful you feel. And you can know as you slowly finish your awakening
that you do not need any rhyme or reason to leave the dark forest
into this new, warm, clear and peaceful place you have found.
You just go there because there are no answers to be found back in the dark forest.
Congratulations, you did great. And each time you listen to this session, you will hear something new
and become aware of more insight as you allow yourself to grow.
It happens gently, and with small strides. One day you will realize
you have not felt anxious in a few days, and then a few weeks,
and then one day you will realize you have not felt anxious in over a year.
And I do want to thank you for remembering richmindhypnosis.com.
At those times, and again I congratulate you. Now you know ending anxiety
isn't about going back to normal, but being better than normal.
And also I want to suggest finding my book, which is very informative on these issues.
Rich Mind, Poor Mind. Finding Emotional Freedom by Jesse Berg.
Thank you.